Now, Jim, these dice are some nice dice.
Nice dice.
Stained glass, state of the art. You can put them on a window.
Holographic dice.
You can put them on a window. You can paint the Sistine Chapel with them. It is amazing. 10 out of 10. Would roll again. Keep on gaming.
Did you know that you can buy video buzzers? I didn't.
Video buzzers?
Yeah, when you ring the doorbell, it actually shows a video of, like, I guess the person ringing the doorbell. $80. Wow. Nothing to do with dice. But anyways, this is Sagrada. And it's nice to meet you. Sagrada.
Sagrada, yeah.
I don't know what it means.
So, it's a good dice drafting game where you roll a bunch of dice, you pick one dice, and you put it on a window to try and score as much points as you can. And it all depends on where you put your dice, and it kind of feels a bit like Sudoku with dice.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm not the resident puzzle guy, as if you've been watching us for
This isn't even a puzzle. This is more of a board game.
Yeah. Well,
but there is a bit of a puzzle. You're right about that.
You said Sudoku, and my significant other is a big Sudoku fan, so I thought she would like this, and I was surprised that she didn't. But I liked it, honestly. Like, I thought this was a neat game. There's nothing else. I've said this before, and I don't want to sound like a cliche or like a robot, but there's nothing else out there. This is based off of a board game, as far as I know. And there's no other, like, board game or Steam game I've ever seen that plays like this.
Yeah. I could name, like, a few dice drafting games, but this game plays it differently. So I'm with you on that regard.
I just feel like I'm not gonna go ahead and say like this is like the Sorcerer's paper cut or
no paper sorcerer.
Paper sorcerer. I mean,
yeah, these
where
two
you
games
have
are
to invest like hours, because I think you can save after each round from what I remember, because I did play a while ago, so I let Nick.
Yeah. In the time it takes for me to complete a round, it was like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of time. Like, I remember the tutorial took forever because there was a lot to click through.
Yeah,
so
and at least with one section of the tutorial I was stuck on, so I just said, resign, I know how to play this game now, let's just do it.
I just feel like this is a game that you definitely have to invest some time. Like, if you just try and skip the tutorial, you'll have no idea what you're doing. But I feel like at the same time, if you like randomly clicked a little bit, you would figure it out.
Yeah, I feel like
the game won't let you just like put dice anywhere, from what I remember.
It depends on what color and number you have. That's why I compared it to Sudoku.
Yeah, but no, I thought this was interesting. Like, there's not a lot of dice games there, and like even the games that are involve dice, like I think there's Yahtzee on Steam, and like I don't think there's Sorry, but like there's some other games like Game of Life,
or Dicey
when you
Dungeons.
roll you just click your mouse, so it's like it's nothing like this. Like, it doesn't really involve dice at all anymore. Like, it's more of a spinner. This is one of the only games where you actually physically see die.
And you get to use them.
Yeah.
It's not like you roll your dice to move your mice. No, you basically roll dice and then you stick the dice onto the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, and it's speaking of which, the game is actually really pretty. Like, for a board game, like, port, a lot of them, they're fairly, like, I don't know, 4 to 6 out of 10, sometimes looking as ugly as like 2 or 3 out of 10 on the graphics scale.
Yeah, I wasn't making shit up when I was talking about how the dice are pretty. Yeah, they are absolutely pretty.
There's a lot of shine to this game that you don't always see with the board game ports.
And the cool part is that there's a colorblind mode, so if you can't really see colors, what you can do is turn on a colorblind mode, and I couldn't see what the patterns were if it was colorblind mode, but it was.
Well, that's the thing with like any sort of board game or puzzle game port from like a real world game to PC. Like, I feel like they just do like bare bone graphics. Like, they're almost like temporary graphics, like stand-in graphics for a lot of the board game ports. But with this, like, you could tell that they they put a lot of care into like the presentation, which you don't always see. Like even that solitaire game, which I thought was, you know, sort of, there was a lot of variety in the graphics. Like the shine, I felt like they really polished this one up. They glammed it.
Yeah, I give this a game a 10 out of 10 because it's a really fun board game. Like it takes like 5-10 minutes to play it. You can play it with your friends, either as a either multiplayer or you can just hot seat it.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't give this a 10 out of 10. I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. I found it was, when I first tried it, yeah, it blew me away, even though it wasn't my like first genre or favorite genres. But yeah, I still remember it weeks/months after I tried it with someone. So I mean, speaks quite a bit, considering when we both read about so many games and like play so many games,
and like so we have like biases, and this one blew us away.
Yeah,
this is a good game. I recommend you check it out.
Better than a paper cut.
Okay, all these games that we played today are better than a paper cut. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Though, if you really like dice, you could roll the dice and then take the round every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, do your move.
Show me a move.
Yeah, show your dice.
Keep on showing the die.
Keep on doing it.
Let's roll.
Keep on gaming, because we're on a roll.
Baby.